Okay, so my name is Bianca. It was a Sunday afternoon and I was going to work. I was kind of mad because I had a 12 to 8 shift and it was a Sunday and it was so hot outside that I was like, I want to spend this day with my family, but I have to go to work. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm going to have a good day. So I work at Johnson Carlo Pizza and I'm a team lead there. So I go in, I walk in, and I see that my schedule's on the counter. And I picked it up and I noticed that I was on a ride. Usually team leads aren't on rides, but since we were shorthanded, I had to cover that shift on that ride. So I was like, okay, it's only 2 hours, it's gonna go by super fast, I'm fine, it's gonna be a super fast day. So my time's approaching and I have to go on the ride, and it was around 2:30ish, so we were kind of busy, and I wasn't having it for that ride because it's a bunch of little kids, their parents are always screaming at us, it's just nonsense. And then it's coming to an end. It was around, maybe I want to say, I looked at my clock and it was around 4:15, and I was going to run my last cycle on the ride. And we usually don't have radios when we're operating the rides, just to make sure that we're focused on the kids and making sure that the ride isn't making weird noises or whatever the case is. So I was loading up the kids and they were all excited, and I told them if you guys want to get off, give me a thumbs down. And they were like, oh, okay. So on the radio I hear code red, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're just messing with me. I was like, okay, whatever. So I go and I'm just I keep up, the ride starts. I go back down the stairs and I start the ride, and then I hear again code red, and I was like, so I kind of get annoyed because I'm like, that's something serious. So I'm like, hey guys, is there an emergency or are you guys messing around? And no one answers me, so I'm left in the dark, and I was like, okay. I didn't freak out about it, so I was like, I finish my cycle, I get the kids off. I'm about to start my other cycle, and as soon as I started, I hear again, code red, code red, code red. So I'm like, okay, something's going on. I push the emergency stop, and I get the kids off. I let their parents know, there's an emergency, I'll be right back, guys. So I'm walking out, and I see the other two rides still operating. So I was like, okay. I see people still getting prizes, so I was like, all right. So I'm talking over the radio, and I'm like, where's the code red at? No one's answering. I was like, where's the code red at? No one's answering. So I was like, okay. So finally, I hear my supervisor over the radio. He's like, code red's over by Kitty Land. Code red's over by Kitty Land. So I was like, okay. So I'm making my way over there, and I see all the managers just running. And I was like, okay. And then I see my supervisor, and as I turn, once I see him, I'm like, what's going on? What, I look over, I see this guy standing up from the ground, and keep in mind he's wearing a black shirt, so you can just see all the blood on him. And I was like, at first I was like, either someone got stabbed or there was a shooting. And he's just yelling for his kid. He's like, where's my kid? Where's my kid? And I was like, what happened? I'm asking my supervisor, what happened? And he's like, he just got stabbed. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, great. So I was like, so what do I do? So he just told me, get all your black hats, get the rest of the red hats, get together, make sure that you guys are all okay, and then we'll just see. We ended that night with people running out, people screaming, kids crying, people crying, the ambulance was there, security was up in the front, it was just hectic. From 4:30 in the afternoon until 8, it was just hectic. I went home and I was just I don't want to go back to work the next day. But yeah.